actually early. Oh my goodness, how fun is that? Okay, let's see if we have anybody out there. Hi, how are you? I'm gonna put my laptop, so just give me a second so I can get my laptop up in the right spot. And live, let's see. Do we have a spot? And I have to make sure that my voice is muted on my laptop. And let's see if we're not upside down. Oh. Hey, hello. I'm hoping somebody's there with me. I see somebody. I am a little bit early for the that's not my normal. I'm not saying I'm late. I'm usually just kind of right on time. But it has been a little stressful today. And I am working with Canton Bleu. And I decided to pull out Willow because it's in black and I'm wearing black, and I thought, let's get some black paper so that we match the paper. I know that's silly, but it's fun, and scrapbooking is supposed to be fun. Any paper craft, your hobby, it's your fun time. So yes, I have black paper that I'm working on a page right here, and I have Canton Bleu that I am using a technique that we learned, and now I'm going to try to make it into this kind of plan. So hello, hello, hello. Say hi to me. Talk to me. Let's see who is there. Judy. Hey, Judy. How are you? I do have my glasses on, but I don't see way out there. Aren't you pretty today? Thank you, Judy. Sometimes you have to fake it till you make it. Like if you're stressed out, and I get stressed out all the time. But I really try to force myself that this is my fun time and I'm supposed to be having fun and try not to stress out. But this is my page. This is my page from the class. I don't know what class this was. It might have been class 1 from the Canton Bleu collection, right? That would be the Crop at Home 3 that we just had in May, that feels like it has been forever ago, right? So this is a pretty easy technique. The page cutout, the trim around, it's very traditional type of scrapbooking, but then they taught us this really cool inlay technique that I want to show you guys. And then of course I went in and tried to find my own way of doing it. Hey Dale, how are you? Thank you for stopping by. Thank you, thank you. So I wanted to do something a little bit the same, but a little bit different, and kind of make it my own, right? That's what we're supposed to do, I feel like. We learn a technique, share the technique, try to make it your own. I think that's the best part of crafting together, is that we get to kind of learn from each other. You guys know that I love to have multiple pictures on my pages. So although this is the page of, I think it might be page, Dale, you probably know, page 1 or 2. Hey, La Francis, you're so sweet. But I always put like a card in my scrapbook so that I can open it up. And somebody asked me the other day, how do I put this in my scrapbook? How do I do that in my scrapbook? And I'll have to show you guys. I don't have one, but I'll show you with a little plastic page protector. We'll put it in, and I'll show you how I kind of cut this out. I try not to cut it out until it's actually in the order that I want it to be, because maybe this might be page, 10 in my scrapbook. So until my picture comes to me, that's when I actually do the page, cut the page out. But it's easy. You just cut the plastic around it. Get a little snippy scissors, get your cutting tool, and cut around it. That's what I like to do. So you guys remember the little part here for cutting around. I'm going to kind of show you real quick how I put mine together. And then we can work on a new one that I kind of was playing with, trying to see how it would work. And I love Willow, because Willow to me looks a lot like Canton Bleu. So I pulled out some black Willow, and Miriam, Myrna, sorry, Myrna sent me some black willow, and I am in love with it. So I had to pull it out and start making something for it. Um, Myrna sent me a bunch of 12 by 12 paper because she likes to watch along with us, but she doesn't do scrapbook pages, so she sent me what she had left over, which is so kind. I love it. So yeah, let me show you what I have here for us. And who else do I have here with us? I know Annie is around there somewhere. Hey Annie, where are you? I'm ready. Are we a little bit early? Well, just 3 minutes, or 3 minutes past, according to my laptop. But regardless, I'm hoping everybody is ready. Next week, I am going to take the Friday off. I'm here, Annie. Yes, of course you are. Next Friday, we're going to take that Friday off because I'm trying to take my husband away somewhere for Father's Day. So we'll see. But I'll keep up with you guys. If I try to do it on a different day, I'm not sure if we do it on Thursday before I leave on Friday, but we'll figure it out. I'll let you know. Keep up. I hope that you're friends with me on Facebook because that's the easiest one for me to kind of tell you that I'm going to start and do a live at whatever time. I am really liking this 2 o'clock time, so I'm hoping this is working for you guys. And let's look at this little page here because I want to show you how I did it, and then you can go and see if it works for you. I think that this is a really fun idea to do to kind of change your paper up, make it a little bit different. You see how that kind of works there? And you can see it. Oh my God. Dale, look at the paper on the back. Oh my goodness, this paper is so stinking cute. It is so cute. Did you guys see? I can't zip my own dress. Yeah, nobody's here with me to help me zip my own dress. Kind of got stuck there. Anyway, I'm crazy. I know. Look, Dell, is that not gorgeous? Oh my gosh, my brain is just going on fire on how many things we can do with this. Turn it into embellishments. Oh my gosh, can we inlay it with gold on some of those circles? Like, right? Like, oh my gosh, that looks just so gorgeous. We all have those crazy days. Yeah, I'm having one of those, but anyway, I'm going to turn this over so that we can start doing this little inlay technique. And I hope that Louis is not snoring too loud for you guys. I hear him snoring over there. But let me show you, and I will try to flip down. And my desk is a mess, so please, please, please just work with me. And then I'm supposed to turn this upside down so that you guys hold on tight. It's like a little roller coaster, right? And have you guys not turn upside down, not not get dizzy on me here. Yes, let's see, right there. Okay, so this is a super fun, easy little page that I was working on. I want to show you how I'm doing that. But first, I want to kind of just show you what I was doing with this. The little tips that I learned while I was doing this, because it just makes it easier. If you haven't tried this technique, it is right here. So it is this die right here, and then this part here, and then this is the back. Is that not super fun? I should have 4 of them because shouldn't I have 4 of them? 1, 2, 3, and I guess this one would be number 4, but I thought I did them all already because I started doing something else and I thought I had them all done. But I want to show you how I did this for sake of doing this for your other dies. Like, let's say you want to do this for this die. So the first step for me in deciphering these dies out right here is looking at your dies. If you're thinking you want to do something like this and inlay it, right? So the first thing that I did was I looked to see, I cut it, and then I wanted to see where on this gold would I want it to lay. So if I was to put the gold in here, and I decided that I wanted it to fit between these two little spots here, right there. So to me, that was 0.75 right there. And so when I cut it on this one, I used wet glue, which to me, it's strong enough, but it is not thick, because you need kind of something strong, but you need something thick. And really, I didn't even have to use this much when I put this on. And then I don't know if you can see this on my part of my mess here, but I put it on my mat here. This is one of those self-healing mats, or you're not supposed to ruin it, okay? And that's just to kind of move that little space around and the glue, so the glue doesn't smear out. And I have it here on the 4, and then I move this up, okay? And I know it's hard to see my numbers, but this is where I am at, okay? Now, the glue here can show up on your gold because it is super buttery gold. So I always keep 2 mats like this. When I use the gold, I keep that really used up one on the bottom. I put this one on top, okay? And then the one that doesn't have the scratches on it on top. And so what I'm doing here is I run it several times. I'm running it several times through my paper impress machine without a die. And that is just to smush the papers together. Okay. So when I do that, I smush them together. You see that? And you kind of can see the impression on here. And to me, that has really pushed all of it in. And it is going to help you later. And I do sometimes run it 2 or 3 times. If you make a lot of these, do them all at the same time. Hello, hello. How is everybody doing? Peters, oh my God, this is the first time with us. Odette, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I hope that you learned something, and thank you, thank you, thank you. So you see what I have just done here? I smushed that all together. So now, because the paper is pretty thick, this is a nice, pretty, I don't know whose paper this is, but it's a really pretty paper. So I smushed it all together. I'm using wax paper here from the kitchen, not from the collection of Anna Griffin. I am using Plano wax paper. And now I'm making sure that those little beads that I was trying to make sure were inside my 0.75. You see that? Kind of move it around. Now's the time to move it around to where you want it to be at. I want those little dots, I guess, right here in between. Right there. I want them on the gold. So now I have this here. Make my sandwich all nice and pretty. And yes, you can use painter's tape or washi tape, whatever you have to kind of keep everything sandwiched together. But if you have wax paper, it's going to move. But, you know, I'm praying for the best here. And now we can run this through. So it is the plate system, and then the wax paper, and then the paper, and then my die. And the reason for that wax paper is to try to avoid the cleanup mess. Trying to avoid the cleanup mess from the after cleanup mess, right? See how that ran out? So I got it still cutting. Good. Okay, you see now here, when I did this before, I can see these impressions and it's really cut. Okay, that you want to make sure of before you take this apart. One time I used a sandpaper. I tried to cut this down. I ran it several times because you're running 2 papers on your die. So you might need a little extra help. You see there? Super easy, fast. And then I kind of press out. This is really, okay, there we go. Now, let's catch as many of these little dots off. So now I can kind of just barely scratch with this little bristle here on this side, and all of this gorgeous gold just kind of comes right out. You see that? And this is sandwiching 2 cardstocks, glue, and your little wax paper in here. So, I mean, it's a lot to do, but this little machine does it. And the first time I did it, I used score tape. And it was not bueno. It was not good. That score tape was horrible to unglue out of all of these little pieces. But look at that. This is real time. I didn't do it without you guys watching me. I just tried to clean up as much as I could. But this is what I end up with, okay? And then let's move this stuff out of the way. So we know where we want it to score. That's the first step. You want to know where to put your gold. You know, if you do one like this, like I'll show you how I did this one, I wanted the gold just on the very ends. So you kind of have to pay attention to that one. And this one, maybe we want just the little very dot of this to be gold. So just kind of play with that and see how it goes for you. And I'll put this over to the side. And when I did this one, I am one that likes to miter corners, and I've been practicing mitering corners for forever. And so here you can see that I am putting the double-sided tape in the middle. It is not wanting to stay where it's supposed to stay. That's why I'm kind of helping it along right there. Clear Path Pearlescent. It matches Anna's dark blue from CH3. That's possible. That's possible that that's what my dark blue is here. Okay, and then what I have here is, this is, did we say it was 2 inches? This one might be a little smaller before I do that. Yeah, this one is a little bit smaller right there. See, I have a 1/4 off. You guys, I still have not found a good paper trimmer that will hold everything and do everything that it's supposed to do. So you guys are out there shopping for stuff. Let me know what your favorite paper trimmer is. I know everybody has one, and I have not tried the Anna Griffin one. I need to try it out. So here, and this is the 0.175, and you can see that I leave just a tiny itty bitty amount of, oh my goodness, I feel a sneeze coming on. Right there. So you can see I just have a tiny bit of an over edge. I didn't use the square, the shadow that goes with this. Okay, here it is. So now what we have is this one, because I love this one. Okay, and if we're trying to recreate this, then you can see we have extra ribbons on the side. So I was kind of trying to do this one because it's so pretty. So I want to cut this one. And in order to cut this one a little bit and keep the circle, do you see what I mean? Like, we can easily cut 1 inch off, but then our circle in the middle is wrong. So I'm going to cut just a little, I think we call it a 1/2 inch. And we start right here. Super fun, super easy. Colette, you'll have to tell me, Odette, I'm sorry, I apologize. You'll have to tell me what you think of our lives. This is your first time with us. Welcome. I'm so happy that you found us. Please subscribe, everyone. I'm so happy that you guys are here with me. This is so much fun for me. subscribe, leave me a thumbs up. I know it's challenging to leave the thumbs up thing when you're watching me on TV. I was trying to learn how to do that on my TV, and I think it said that I have to use the remote control or something. I don't know, something like that. Okay, you see? Now I know my paper trimmer, so I know that this part comes right out. Okay, and then I want to use this paper that Myrna sent me. It is an Anna Griffin classic. It is an Anna Griffin classic. I'm trying to see 1902, AG 1902, 2014. Oh my goodness, is that not so awesome? 2014. I love all these papers. Okay, and so since I'm going to use this one on top of it, you know I'm a paper hoarder by love. I am going to do 1.5 inches. That would be here, and I put this one right here, 1.5 inches. That one's 2, so here's my half. This one and goes down. And I am cutting out the center because the center is going to get covered up and not seen because we're putting that dark blue on it. So just remember, I just almost did it. I moved my 1.5 to 1, and you have to keep going in a circle and stay in the 1.5 here. And you start right here to the 1.5 here. This technique is so fun to do, but you need one of these paper trimmers that has the piercing tool like this. You need the little triangle. If you use the kind that has the rotary tool or the guillotine kind, you cannot do that type of, you cannot use that type of system because you won't be able to cut into it the way we cut into it right now. So I think that I cut this here, and this is the center, and then this is going to go right on top. You see that? Fun, fun, fun. And I am putting paper and glue together. How much fun can we have? Tell me something good. What happened this week? I worked 2.5 days this week. That was the end. I usually work 2 days, and I was doing 2.5, trying to make up for the time that I was off for Create Crop at Home 3. Okay, I'm just gonna eyeball this. You can move it around and make it perfect. I'm just bringing this down, and you see how we ended up with a 1/2 inch all the way around. Is that a good spot? It's a good spot for me. Yes, 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 it's a good spot for me. And then we have this one, okay? And we should have 4 of them now because I did 2 of these before. So I only attached the glue to the middle 3 little medallions, if that makes any sense. And I left these parts out because I was thinking maybe when we go to, I like my dress, my cart. Is that what your dress, my craft? I love it. I have to maybe use this to cut the corners. So that's why I had these pieces left out. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing on this back area. Yes, we have to dress like our crafts. Did we not get that? Did I not get the memo out? I'm sorry. I will work on that. So I am going to move this just a tiny bit off of the bottom so that we can see it. Right there, kind of like a tiny little, what would that be, Annie? A 1/8, a 1/10, a 1/16, a tiny little bit there. Just a little fillet of it is all I want to do. Because we want to see all the different pieces of paper. That adds texture to our craft without having to add so much weight, but you can kind of see that little bitty peekaboo of the white. Were you guys all involved with the AGTV yesterday? Was that not so much fun? I loved it. So usually it's on Wednesdays, and it was on Thursday this week, and I had the morning off, so I was able to watch, and I had so much fun. Oh my goodness, I had so much fun. I didn't buy too many things. I bought the lace doilies. I didn't have the lace doilies. Lace doily dies. You see right there, you can kind of see a tiny little bit coming. Okay, you see how this is coming around so fast, so easy? Really, really working this so easily. And I don't know why I like to put so much so much tape on this. It's not necessary. Really, it's not. But, okay, so I had an injury during the Crop at Home 3. I hurt my thumb because I was cutting into the knife when I was mitering, and I had a little boo-boo with my scissors, sharp knife, my X-Acto knife. Here it is, and my new knife that is metal that has this little edge on it so you don't jump the edge. And then I also have scissors around here somewhere that are nice and long. I've been working on all kind of scissors lately, trying to make sure that I find the perfect scissors. And bracelets are going to come off because we need to concentrate. And so what I did here when I got injured, and you guys know I will show you how I do this on a regular. This is my love for mitering. Okay, plain ugly mat from my kitchen. This is a kitchen cutting tool. It is not special. It's $1. I cut it into 4 pieces, I want to say, and I put this between the base page and the strips that are on top. Okay, here we go. So now you can see, and then this part folds in. Okay, and then you get a ruler. I have a little triangle ruler somewhere that I use usually, but I got hurt last time, so I was moving to an upgraded ruler. So here you find the little triangle. Here is where you're looking for this intersection to this intersection, and that's where you want to put your ruler at. Okay, so here is that one, and then I'm moving the top to this one. Okay, and then you press down to the mat, and then you want to keep your tool, your X-Acto tool, nice and soft. You don't have to keep it really death grip on it, like I try not to. You want to stay light-handed with your tool. That's the difference between a heavy-handed dental hygienist and a heavy-handed and a soft. Okay, so here you go. You pull these 2 tools out, and look, this is all perfectly mitered together. And then what I usually do, and I have my coffee cup here. This coffee cup has water in it, and it has some cotton and whatnot in it, and I just keep it nearby. And it has my little needle nose glue in there, and Annie's the one that told me about this. Annie, you probably have the original place of where it is. This was not like something that I invented by any means, but it helps me not to have to put my tool back together again. So I'm adding glue to the bottom, glue to the top. Okay, and then you kind of squeeze these things together, and there you go. There's your absolutely perfect mitered corner without any drama.